I'm Shireen Williams. This is Clarence Hill. We're talking Cowboys from the Star-Telegram once again after this big victory over the New Orleans Saints. Clarence, we were just talking a little bit. The Cowboys' opponents are now 5-10, but you say we've got to give them credit for beating bad teams. They are 3-1, first time in Jason Garrett's tenure that they've won 3 consecutive games. So we got to give them some credit now, right?
You got to give them a whole lot of credit. This is a step toward legitimacy. You know, the Cowboys talked about the possibilities of this team, and certainly if this was going to be a different season, if we're going to get away from the 8-8 seasons of the past, the win one, lose one seasons of the past, they had to win this game. And certainly, yes, the Saints came in 1-2. They're maybe not be the juggernaut Saints team of past years, but this team has owned the Cowboys in recent years. They kicked their butts last year, but the Cowboys come in there and destroy the Saints, jump out to a 31-3 lead before cruising to a 38-17 victory in what was the most complete and dominant victory over the Jason Garrett era. Give them credit.
Man, he balled out. He balled out. That's exactly what I needed. I needed that. You know, we want to shred defense. That's the receiver core mindset. That's what we want to do. That's exactly what we did tonight.
Jerry Jones said it was the best first half he's ever had in his tenure of owning the Cowboys, which says something because, of course, 3 of his teams in the 1990s won Super Bowls. The other thing we have to talk about is the defense. I was concentrating on the defense in that locker room. They were almost giddy, but they still talked about how much work they still have to do. They shut out the Saints, the first time the Saints had been shut out in the first half of a regular season game since 2011. And we remembered last year, 40 first downs, an NFL record the Saints had. They gave up a Cowboys team record in most yards. They were terrible in New Orleans last year. 180-degree turnaround. They were spectacular here tonight, +3 in the turnover margin. How good do you think this defense is, or do we even know yet?
Well, we don't know, but we know this. As much as we talked about this maybe not be a great Saints team as in past years, the criticism of the Saints coming into this game was about their defense, not necessarily about their offense. You know, the quarterback, Drew Brees, was still one of the top 3 quarterbacks in terms of passing yards in the NFL. They got the best tight end in the NFL. Give this Cowboys defense credit for shutting them down, not giving up the big plays. Certainly, they didn't get to the quarterback a lot, but they covered in the secondary. They made plays on the ball. And again, for a team that got humiliated and embarrassed last year on defense, they did a complete turnaround. Give Rob Marinelli credit. Certainly, he's got these guys believing. We don't know how good they can be. You know, there's still a bunch of no-name guys. You know, you don't have a lot of proven playmakers out there, but they work hard, they're gritty, and they're only going to get better.
I know you talked to Tony Romo in the locker room after the game, or I guess he was actually in the interview room after the game. DeMarco Murray, though, we can't go without mentioning DeMarco Murray, and I'm sure Romo talked a little bit about that in his spiel. But DeMarco Murray became only the 4th running back in NFL history to have 4 consecutive 100-yard games to open the season. Only 2 guys have ever done it 5 times. So he's making history here with how well he's playing. What did Tony Romo say about this offense and really how they're playing as an all-around offense right now?
Well, number one, Tony Romo has been the face of this offense, the face of this team for much of his tenure. They've been a pass-happy offense. He's the first to admit, and everybody's admit, DeMarco Murray is the focal point. He's the foundation. DeMarco Murray and the offensive line is the foundation. Everything they do on offense. Tony certainly is getting healthier and getting better. He had a great game today, but it's all based on, it all starts with DeMarco Murray up front. And Tony said this is the most complete offense he's been on since he's been with the guy. Better than that 2007 offense with T.O. and Marion Barber that put up a lot of points and went 13-3. He said this is the most complete offense that he's been a part of because of the depth at receiver. You got Murray, you got Dez, and you got Terrence Williams had a big game. You still got Jason Witten being Witten, and you got, the number of guys in the backfield, and you got the guys in certainly the running game up front. And he talks about he was very giddy about the possibilities of this team really turning the corner this year because of that offense and because of the fighters they have on defense.
We're going to be a little tough to deal with just because of our ability to run the football. And, we have some guys on the outside who are pretty good players as well. And we're just a complete unit, I think. From my time in the NFL, this is as complete a unit as I've been a part of. And I think, you can almost simplify the game a little bit. And, each week you're going to do some new things, but at the same token, you just gotta run, catch, and throw, and if you do those things well, you'll have a chance.
Do you feel that you're back to 100% now?
I think I'm getting close. I think it's always, going to be there. Like I've said before, but you're always going to have to constantly work on your back. You have to change your routine and lifestyle, and but that doesn't mean you can't come back and be what you were. And to me, it's just part of what it takes to be a great football player. And that's what I'm trying to do, and I think that's what I have to do to be successful, and I'll continue to do that.
I think we're all on the same page. Obviously Scott's giving us opportunities to make plays as individual players, and we're not putting ourselves behind the chain, so that's giving us more opportunities to take shots and things like that. So we're running the ball well, we're throwing it well. Dez and Witt, and, Terrence had a great game today. So different guys are stepping up each week, and that's what you need.
Is that the best complete game you've seen from this team since you've been a part of it?
There's still some things we gotta get corrected. Offensively, I'm not, I don't know what happened defensively. They played good, from my point of view, but offensively, there's still a couple of things that we gotta iron out and get better. And we'll watch the film and learn from them, and we'll continue to go forward with the good things.
Jason Garrett has a chance to get the first 4-game winning streak since taking over as head coach midway through the 2010 season.
For Clarence Hill, I'm Shireen Williams. We'll see you next week.